Hey guys, it's Danny. Today we are unboxing a little orchid haul that I made these days and I cannot believe it arrived. Sadly, the transport situation is very bad for my area and I don't suspect it will get any better this year. So I had to look for alternatives and finally I found a solution, the couriers. But you don't want to know how much transport was. Anyway, today we are unboxing some orchids that are very new to me with a high potential of failure. But you know what? I have to try, right? You'll see what I'm talking about. And for those of you who have requested unboxings, ta-da, there you go. Don't forget to give this video a like if you end up enjoying this unboxing, and also consider subscribing. I post 3 times a week. So without further ado, let's get into this box and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the transport situation in my area. Alright, so all of these orchids are actually coming from eBay from my favorite seller at the moment, Orchid Man in the Netherlands. I'll link you to his listings down below. He's doing only buy it nows now, which is great because I just don't like auctions at all. I will remind you though that sellers only send within their territory typically, so I do believe he's only shipping to the European Union, just a little side note. And well, the thing is, post offices are not back to normal and I don't suspect they will be back to normal anytime soon, maybe not even this year. So the only solution is couriers, but couriers are very expensive. And not only that, not many people want to go through the trouble just for a few customers in Cyprus, right? But Volter actually went to DHL. He went the extra mile for me and I really do appreciate that. And this is how I received this package in 3 days using DHL courier. And the transport was 40-something euros, which is a lot. But I do have projects that I want to do and I know that many of you do enjoy unboxings, but yeah, I'm happy I found the solution, but it is very expensive though. So I will have to properly budget my orchid spendings this year and make a plan for what I want to buy and from who, because at this point, there's only one seller that is willing to send to me. So that's the situation, and PS, this is why I am still delaying sending the giveaways, prizes. First of all, my post office does not accept packages for all destinations, only a few. And second, I don't want the orchids to be lost on the road. I'm hoping things will be resolved soon, but it is what it is at the moment. So that's the story with transports and how it has to be at the moment. Alrighty, first orchid, which is falling out of its pot. Can you guess what it could be, judging by how it looks like? Probably not. All right. It's a Dracula. Here we have Dracula felix. I know it's a cold grower. I know it's very finicky, but I do have a setup in mind. I do have a little bit of a plan, and hey, if I don't try it now, I will never know, right? So, Draculas, also called monkey orchids due to their flower shape, are not beginner orchids. They're not home growing orchids. They are cool growers, they like high humidity, they require a little bit of effort. And I'm willing to put in that effort and just try it out. This is the first time that I'm purchasing Draculas. We'll see how this goes, but I'm well aware this could end pretty bad. But I'm taking my culture information from Brad's greenhouse. He has a lot of videos on Draculas. He grows his Draculas in Canada, and he does have some pretty hot-ish summers. And he gets away with it with some things that I want to implement as well. So I am trying to get some inspiration from him. I'll link you to his channel down below. He is the master of growing cold growing orchids, so yeah, I'm just gonna try it. I really wanted to try it one day. Draculas have been on my wish list for as long as I can remember, and they were always the unobtainable orchids. I'm just cleaning my table. Next orchid. Oh, this one already has a sort of net pot. Everything is falling apart. This is Dracula velutina, again, a Dracula. They look really pretty. I do seem to have a little bit of dehydration here. Not only do Draculas like cool conditions and misty conditions, but they also like moisture. They cannot dry out. Otherwise, they do this. So yeah, there we go. I will again remind you that if you are a beginner and you're thinking, oh, the monkey orchid, I want to try that. Maybe don't, unless you're okay with just wasting money. You might have success with it if you do your research, but if you don't want to throw money away, Don't try these orchids. You thought Miltoniopsis were finicky? Oh, no. This is the stuff nightmares are made of, and I just bought two. Maybe that means I like nightmares. Next up, okay, this is not an orchid which is supposed to be finicky. This is actually a super easy grower, if it is what I think it is. You might recognize it. Oh, it looks so good. Nice. This is a Dendrochilum wenzelii. And you might say, wait, didn't you used to have this one? Yes, I did. I ordered it from Orchid Garden. I think it has a problem. It has never done great for me. It's recovering very, very slow. And judging by how many people say these are easy to grow, beginner orchids, very rewarding, that one doesn't fit the bill. So I'm thinking maybe there's something wrong with it. I don't want to say something out of place, but I have a sensation that at some point Orchid Garden had some issues in their growing spaces. I had a lot of their orchids just wither off, having some sort of problem that was invisible to me. I don't know, I might be totally wrong on this one, but because I have this feeling about it, I do want to replace some of the orchids that are simply not doing well from them. And this is one of them actually. This orchid creates really beautiful red flowers. And as I was saying, it's supposed to be a really, really easy orchid to care for. Will it be like that? Only one way to tell, right? And I'm really happy with this one. It looks very bushy, very nice. And you have to agree, these grass-like type orchids, such as the Maxillaria actinifolia and this one, there's something about them, they're just pleasing aesthetically wise. So even if they don't have blooms, I personally do really enjoy the foliage as well. So very happy with the orchids I got so far. And obviously they spent 3 days on transport, they look fresh. So that's great. I am just very thankful that he decided to do this for me, because I remember I did try to order with couriers at some point, and I asked nurseries if they can do that, and they just refused me. So I am really, really thankful. I really appreciated it. Okay, this is a really interesting one, you guys. This is Oncidium coloratum crossed with sotoanum. This one has been reclassified. It looks like a twinkle, like a sotoanum, right? But it's crossed with a really, really colorful Oncidium. To be honest, I am on the lookout for that Oncidium, but if this one got the colors of the coloratum, I would be so, so happy. I also hope that it will not have the tendency of the twinkles to have leaf tip dieback and all sorts of spots on the leaves, which I do tend to believe they happen because of temperatures and dehydration. I've seen quite a lot of other sources with other orchids having this type of issue and stating it was actually due to dryness and things of the sorts. So maybe it can apply to other orchids as well. I certainly have the feeling that's why it happens, but that's just me. Oh, hey, we have a little flower spike here. Look at that. Look. I'm hoping that it will continue to develop. It's a really, really pretty orchid. Looks a little bit like the sotoanum and doesn't at the same time, right? Very, very interesting. And that is about it for this tiny haul, which was more of a test haul. So I'm gonna get rid of all of this, take a closer look at the orchids, and make the outro. So here's the little haul. I have to say there was another orchid in the haul that simply did not fit in the box, another Dendrochilum. So about that, I am thinking to use the DHL normal service. This was the express shipping, the fastest, the one that should have arrived the next day, but it actually arrived in 3 days. So it's still good, I'm still okay. Because I feel like the post offices simply cannot give you a guarantee of anything. So yeah, he's gonna keep it for me as long as this goes on. But as far as the tiny orchids go, I have found a way of ordering them, and I'm very, very happy, even though it's so expensive. It is what it is. I'm just gonna have to budget them better and do less hauls. What to do? The Dracula situation, as I was saying, I've always wanted to try them out, and I feel like I can make a little bit of a setup this year. We're gonna work, me and my boyfriend, on it this weekend. This is Friday when I'm recording this. So expect some videos on repotting them, because if you didn't know, Dracula orchids actually produce flower spikes from somewhere beneath them. So you need to put them in baskets or net pots. A full pot like this will simply suffocate the flower spikes, and with many species you will just not see the flowers. So I'm gonna work on repotting them. I'll take you along, I'll film it, I'll show you the setup, and yeah, that's probably gonna come next week or in about 2 weeks or so. So yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date. Thank you so much for watching, and for those of you who do enjoy these unboxings, I love them too. I don't know how many unboxings I will do this year, I'm sorry, but I will try to start new projects and do some new and exciting things with the orchids that I already have and maybe not many of you know that I have. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Subscribe to my channel for more orchid videos, tutorials, experiments, updates, and other fun orchid subjects. If you wish to support the channel, do consider becoming a member or visit the merch store linked down below in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's always nice to stay in touch there as well. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!